Miss Rose Jones is going to come up here.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. Yes. How are you? How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am well. I was sneezing all day, but for some reason, my energy said we better clear these sinuses up because I got to talk today. What I want to do before we get started is just get to know you a little bit. It'll help me put our conversation into a stronger perspective. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm 67 years old. I'll be
Okay.
68 this time next month.
Okay.
And I'm a teacher. And now I'm ready to retire. I want to retire after the next school year.
Okay.
However, I did get into a little bit of financial trouble
Mm-hmm.
with a real estate property that I own. So I had said, okay, I'm through with real estate after this. But because of that, I did pull some money out of one of my pensions. I'm working on doing some things to bring in some money. So I came across the wealth builders and I came to
Mm-hmm.
the webinar and I said, oh, this is like great. This is perfect. So,
Mm-hmm.
but what I want to do is I want to invest in REITs, boost my retirement income. So I'm really excited. I've been learning a lot and I just really want to jump in and invest and continue to learn.
Nice. Well, thank you, because I know that wasn't easy. So I appreciate you because not only will we have a dynamic conversation about you and your life, but I think it'll also impact the lives of a lot of people here as well. Couple questions I have for you. Are you currently married?
No,
Do you have any children that you are responsible for at this moment in time?
no, my daughter is 39.
Okay, okay. All right. The home you live in now, do you own it or do you rent it?
I live in a cooperative, so I
Uh-huh.
do. I
Okay.
paid at the time that I bought it.
Okay. Is there any mortgage on it at all?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay. Now, did your job offer you a TSP or any other type of deferred compensation outside of a pension?
At one time, I did have money in a 401k. I don't now.
401k. Okay, so there's no company out here that has Rose Jones attached to it with a 401k or 403b or any other deferred compensation plan. Right now, we are working with our pension, correct?
Yes.
So, if in fact you decided tomorrow to say, hey, I'm good, I'm finished, there will be some income coming in that you don't have to work for that you would receive during your time in retirement. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, all right. Now, what we're saying is to live the life you want to live, it's
Right.
not enough.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. All right. Now, I like this. Okay. Are you clear of the gap between what you do have and what you want
I would
for
say
retirement?
a minimum of a couple $1,000s more per month. I would like.
Okay, so
Uh,
you just want a couple $1,000s more
that's the minimum. But I
minimum.
mean,
Okay.
I would like to go above that, but that's the minimum.
All right. So in this case, you're looking to make at least an extra $2,000 a month in
Yes.
income for the duration of your life, right? So anytime you're dealing with investments and dividends are the income that a company, a stock, a REIT, ETF is going to pay you. The dividend is when the company makes money and they pay its bills. The money left over, the profit is shared with you. So if you own share of a REIT, that profit is shared with you. The great thing about REITs and why on average they pay out the highest dividends is that REITs have to pay out 90%. So look at it like this. If a REIT makes $1,000,000, right? They make more than that, but to keep it simple. The REIT makes $1,000,000 and their bills are $500,000. That means they have $500,000 left over. 90% of that has to be paid out to you. The REIT does not keep it. They pay it to you. The business of a REIT is not to reinvest all the money. The business of the REIT is to give all the money to you. So when we think of consistent income, REITs are always in the conversation because by law, right now, Rose, if you buy a share of a REIT, you are going to get money. They have to pay you. The goal is to own many shares as possible. So when we start thinking about strategically what we're going to buy, how many shares we got to own and things like that, it has to be put in annual terms. So when I hear you, Rose, say $2,000 a month at minimum, that's to me is $24,000 a year. So Rose needs to produce $24,000 a year in passive income so that it never runs out. Now, what I would do for you, Rose, so everyone should have that number, the standard. I know if I had this coming in, I could breathe just a little bit.
Hey, it is Ashley and Fox. Thank you so much for watching today. I just want to make sure that you don't miss the opportunity to join the REIT Accelerator. Now, this program is where I walk you step by step through the process of how to build real estate income without managing a physical property, without dealing with tenants, and without needing a large amount of money to get started. You can actually start with less than $200. We are going to show you how REITs work, how they generate consistent income, how you evaluate them, and how you can build a portfolio designed to pay you. This structured program is here to help you take action. You're not only learning, you're also implementing. And by the end of the program, you will have a passive income portfolio and a strategy for your money. So if you've been looking for a clear path to get started with real estate investing, a way that actually fits your life, this is it. Go to the link below and take a look at everything that's included. And I'll see you inside the REIT Accelerator. And before you go, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with someone who is ready to start building income and doing something different with their money. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you inside.
Now, Rose, if we had that extra couple thousand coming in, right, you'd be okay. But you said that's your minimum. I don't think your maximum should have a max, but think about, and this is for everybody, remember I'm coaching everybody, think about what else you want to do. If I had an extra 2,000, so now 4,000 coming in, what could you do?
More traveling.
All right, so here we go. So if that's the case, do you know how much it's going to cost for you to go where you want to go and how often you want to go over the course of your life when you retire? Have you thought about that?
No, I haven't.
You have to know what your destination is. Let's get really good on, if I could paint the picture of retirement, how much does my life cost me? We're going to take care of the bills. I would challenge everyone not to say the bare minimum, because you're not bare and you're not minimum. It is your standard. My standard of life that I've created up until this point is this, and this is how much it is. So if in fact we're retired and you hit that, you have that extra coming in, what you might think is $10,000 a month might just be an extra $1,000 a month. You never know. An extra $1,000 a month is $12,000 a year. But in the meantime, you have to make a standard commitment that I will consistently pay myself every single month, twice a month, automatically in my brokerage account that is going to contribute to the portfolio that is getting me to $24,000 a year in passive income. Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to share with us the number, but I got to get your brain going. The next thing you need to do is every quarter, that number needs to increase at minimum by $10. At minimum. And every time you make extra money, meaning somebody gives you some birthday money, you get a bonus at your job, you got to pay yourself too. You got to pay yourself. Don't you ever adjust your life to the balance in your bank account. You adjust the balance in your bank account to the life that you want. You want something in life, go make the money. Don't say, oh, I can't afford it. It's not a matter of, I might not be able to afford it today. The question is, when will I? And how long will it take me to get there? So your dreams and what you want are non-negotiable. We don't have to choose. It's not this or that. It is this and that. When you go through the REIT Accelerator, what I want you to do is to pick your top 5 players. Your goal is to come out with 5 players on your court that will help get you to 24,000. So now you have an expectation. I'm going to find the best players that produce the income that'll help me get to $24,000 a year extra in passive income. So here's what you got to do, Rose. We already know the goal is $24,000, which is $2,000 a month. But before we get to $24,000, let's get the first 1,000. How fast can you build a portfolio that pays you a total of $1,000 in income? That's $250 a quarter. It's doable. So when you buy your REIT, there's a feature called DRIP, dividend reinvestment. Turn it on. Because Rose, when you do that, when you make your first $250, you can use the $250 and you can reinvest it back into the REIT that paid you the dividend. Every time you get paid a dividend, you're going to make more money because it's going to buy you more shares. More shares produces more income. You want it to automatically buy you more shares, which means every dividend payment will always be bigger. Based off of what I said, did any question pop up for you, Rose?
You did answer one question I had because I was wondering if I should pay that debt off first. You said do everything at the same time.
Correct. There is no debt, pay off debt first or invest. By the time you wait to pay off debt, you're going to miss out on a whole lot of money. It doesn't mean you got to use all your money to pay down debt. So here's what I would say, Rose. What I would challenge you to do is to pay more than the minimum. even if it's $10 more, you want to put out there, then I am always going to pay you more than what you expect. Take care of your responsibilities, but also say, I'm going to take care of me too, because I got to retire. They both are going to work in your favor.
My next question is, at what point do I start investing?
When you're ready. Don't do it until you're ready. Until you say, all right, I'm going to do this. And here's another thing. Do not buy anything that if I bring you up here again and I say, Rose, what do you own? That you cannot fully articulate what you bought, why you bought it, when they pay you, how they pay you, and what that REIT does. That's how you know when to buy it. What is your risk tolerance? So when you start doing your research, you're going to look at the dividend yield. You're 4 to 7, normal. You go past 7, you're entering into that 7, 8, 9, 10 risk tolerance. Because you said 7, you have some double digits in your portfolio. Not all of them, but be ready for fluctuations. So here's what I need you to do. You took notes. I want you to keep me posted that moment when you think you want to buy something. Meaning like when I say you think, you're like, I like it. I did my research. I'm comfortable. I'm confident. I know what I'm looking at. And if I were to come back up here with Ashley, I could convince her that this is the REIT that I want. Because nobody's right, nobody's wrong. But what works for you is what works for you. You got me?
Thank you.
Was this helpful?
Yes, very much.